Hello students, welcome to KGP Teachers Online. Today I am going to explain you chapter 3 of your literature reader book Gopal and Hilsa Fish. Children, you might have heard the stories of Akbar and Birbal and Tenali Raman. Birbal was the wisest man in his kingdom, Akbar's kingdom, and Tenali Raman was the wise man in the kingdom of King Vikramaditya. Same here, Gopal, which is the main character of our story, is the wise man in his king's kingdom. So let us find out what is this story about. This story is a comic strip. What is a comic strip? A comic strip in which the story is told through the help of pictures. So let us see. It was the season of Hilsa fish, and fishmongers and fishermen could think nothing but Hilsa fish. Hilsa fish is a brand of fish, is a type of fish which is liked by all who love to eat fish. It is the tastiest kind of fish, and because of its oily texture and mouth-watering feel, people in the season of Hilsa fish want to eat it and enjoy it. Fishmongers sold nothing but Hilsa fish. Come, buy, the price is low. Householders could only think of nothing but Hilsa fish. Same at the palace too. The courtiers could discuss nothing but Hilsa fish. Your Majesty, you should have seen the huge Hilsa fish I caught it was. The king was irritated. The king got angry and lost his temper. That even the courtiers were talking about the Hilsa fish. They should talk about the matters, the problems of the public, the matters of the kingdom. And everybody was around talking about only Hilsa fish. That was a less important matter. The king lost his temper and said, "Stop it. Are you a courtier or a fisherman?" The courtiers fell silent, and with downcast eyes, the king felt guilty too. The courtiers went downcast eyes, they felt sorry, and the king felt sorry too that I shouted on my courtiers. I'm sorry I lost my temper. It is the season for Hilsa fish, and no one could stop talking about Hilsa fish for at least 5 minutes. Everybody in the court, everybody around the kingdom was talking about only a fish, which is not a very important matter. Not even Gopal can stop anyone from talking about Hilsa fish, not even for 5 minutes. Even Gopal, who is my trustworthy person, could not stop anyone talking about it. Oh, I think I could, Your Majesty. At that time, Gopal was there in the court and he said, "No, Your Majesty, I can do that." "Then let me see you buy a huge Hilsa fish and bring it to the palace without anyone asking you a word about it." So the king said to Gopal that if you are so confident, buy a huge Hilsa fish from the market and bring it to the court without anyone asking for it a single question. Gopal accepted the challenge. "I accept your challenge, Your Majesty." Few days later, Gopal and his wife were talking in their house. "Why is your face half shaved?" What Gopal was doing, he half shaved his face. "I'm going to buy a Hilsa fish. I'm dressed up to buy a fish." She was surprised. What is so special about buying a fish? Why one needs to dress up specially to buy just a fish? "What's the matter with you? Why are you smeared yourself with ash?" Second thing what he did, he smeared his face. He applied burnt ash on his face, all around his face. "I told you, I'm dressing up to buy a fish." Gopal repeated it. "Listen to me, please. You can't possibly go out in those disgraceful clothes." "What are you up to?" Gopal's wife repeated the question. What he did, the third thing Gopal did was he put on worn and torn up clothes and disgraceful, shabby looking clothes, and he went out of the house. His wife tried to stop him. He said, "No, I am going to buy a Hilsa fish." "It's that happened to him. What's happened to him? He has gone mad. I think my husband has become crazy." Gopal bought a fish and started walking towards the palace. Mother, everyone, he bought a fish first and then he started walking through the market towards the palace as the king asked him to do. Everyone looked at him and people said, at that man, isn't it comical? Everyone noticed how comical his appearance was. What were the things? He half shaved his face, he put on rugged clothes and smeared his face with ash. He must be a madman. Hush, I think he's a mystic. Mystic is a saintly person. Some said that he is a madman. Some said he went crazy and was a comical person. When Gopal reached the palace, what do you want? The guards stopped him. Why you have come here? Guards also noticed his appearance and they stopped him from entering the palace. Gopal answered, I want to see the king. You can't see the king. Get away from here. Gopal began to sing and dance. At that point, Gopal began to sing and dance and loudly so that the king might hear. Inside the palace, the man is crazy. Throw him out of at once. The king heard all these things and he said, bring that man to me. Yes, your majesty. Gopal was brought before him. It's Gopal. The courtiers recognized him. It's Gopal. And what has happened to him? The man has lost his mind. I think it's one of his crazy jokes. He always used to play tricks in the court and courtiers were talked about it that he must be playing a joke. All right, Gopal, out with it. Why are you dressed up in ridiculous fashion? Why are you this funny looking? Ridiculous. Funny. Why are you looking so funny? Your Majesty, you seem to have forgotten something. The king was surprised. Forgotten something? What have I forgotten? Strangely enough, no one seems to have noticed the Hilsa fish today. From the market to the palace and in the court, not a single soul has spoken a word about Hilsa fish. Have you seen, have you noticed, king, that I am holding a huge Hilsa fish in my hands? And from the market till I reached the palace, no one seemed to notice it. And no one talked about it. No one asked me a single question about it. The king burst into laughter and he saw that the Gopal had fulfilled the challenge and won it. Congratulations, haha. Well, Gopal, you have achieved the impossible once again. So, as always, he used to do. The king congratulated Gopal that you are my dear wise man, and again you have won the challenge. So children, hope you have enjoyed the story and go through the questions given at the back of the story. If any queries, you can ask me. Thank you.